An IPL final to forget. The Australian-Pakistan one-day series is over and England-New Zealand has begun. Welcome back to the Casual Observer. Let's dive straight into the IPL. I say it's forgettable because nothing interesting happened. RCB taking on the Titans again after their qualifying first game, see who would make the final. This one wasn't much better than the first one. At least in the first one, RCB batted first and got 250, 260. In this one, Gujarat go in. They bat first. They are very quickly 2 for 26 with the two leading run scorers, Sai Sudarshan and Shubman Gill, gone. Interesting decision to put Nishant Sandhu in at 3 and then put Josh Butler at 4. I think they did that one other time in the season. I don't really see the relevance of it, why you would do it now. If the case is that I think we heard Stuart Broad and Josh Butler talk about it. They wanted to give Nishant a chance to actually bat, not just slide down the order. Just sounds like you're picking the wrong makeup of the team, honestly. But he got 20 of 18. Josh Butler gets 19 of 23. I think he freely admitted he read the situation wrong. Was trying to take it deep, but a strike rate of 82. Not really going to cut it. Therefore, Washington Sundar, Arshad Khan had to kind of rebuild. Washington Sundar's the only one that got anything of note with 50 not out. But yeah, team score of 8 for 155. Not really going to cut it. Bhuvi Kumar, Josh Hazlewood, Rashid Dar were your chief destroyers. Bhuvi Kumar, purple cap, most wickets, great economy, 2 for 29 off his 4. Josh Hazlewood, 2 for 37 off his 4. And Rashid Dar, 3 for 27. So, yeah, no one got taken to the cleaners there. They took wickets, never got momentum. And to defend 155, you need everything to go well. And it didn't. The RCB, the Bangalore Challengers, yeah, they're none for 60 at the end of 4 overs. Game's pretty much done. You're only defending 90 now for the next 16. That's a run of ball. They got 2 wickets in a row, Venkatesh Iyer and Devdutt Padikkal. But yeah, once Virat Kohli was rolling, he was always going to see them through. Interesting moment, hit one to Shubman Gill, diving catch forward. Third umpire ruled it hit the floor. That's, eye of the beholder stuff. I also think it hit the floor, but yeah, interesting 5 minutes there. Bit of a spat afterwards from Gill, but you'd also want the same as a batter. So, Virat guided them home, had a little bit of help from Tim David, but yeah, easy chase, did it with 2 overs remaining, 5 wickets in the shed. And they took to Kagiso Rabada pretty well, like fly to a turd, man. It was 1 for 44 off 3. Not enough Jason Holder, 2 overs, none for 16. That was probably a bit too much, too little too late. But yeah, it was just, underwhelming. The biggest news out of that was Tim David's got suspended for the first game of the 2027 series, competition, whatever you want to call it, for throwing ice at the umpire. Interesting, but yeah, I'm sure there's a bit of sense of humour to it. Being, I've got to defend the Aussie, but I'm sure there's, maybe a few times throughout the year where things didn't go his way and the umpire had to cop it. So, never agree with umpire abuse, but depends in what context as well. So, player of the match, Virat Kohli. Back-to-back wins for RCB. They'll be going for the hat-trick next year. They just got a hell of a squad. Phil Salt, Jacob Bethel, Venkatesh Iyer, Virat Kohli, Padikkal, Paditar, Krunal Pandya, Tim David, Mario Shepherd, Jinesh Sharma, Bhuvi Kumar, Josh Hazlewood, Jacob Duffy, Rashid Dar, Jordan Cox. You got a squad there. So, you're... I think your championship defence is going to go pretty well next year as well. So, not the most memorable one we've had. Not a thriller. Game was pretty much over by the 4th over of the second innings. Bit of a letdown compared to the rest of the season. So, the right team won at the end of the day. It just shows you the gap between first and second, really. The only team that I reckon could have taken down RCB was the Rajasthan Royals, and that's if, 15-year-old Suryavanshi goes off again. So, felt bad for the poor fella. He got 290s in a row, both caught a third man. So he'll learn from that. But we'll come back next year bigger and stronger. But that was a lot from the Titans' tactics there that make no sense, such as Josh Butler, Nishant Sindhu. Just the wrong team makeup, if you ask me. But hey, they spend a bit more time around these fellas than I do. The test match between New Zealand and Ireland wrapped up. New Zealand won by an innings and a shit ton. Nathan Smith was the chief destroyer. Just demolished it really with the not even reverse swing, just standard swing. Yeah, innings and 79 runs. We talked about day one. New Zealand declared 8 for 490. Poor Dean Foxcroft, little lap sweep straight to a short fine, out for 98. And then Ireland in return were 6 for 38 within 10 overs. So, Nathan Smith ended up with 6 for 40 in that first innings. Ben Sears, good young kid, 2 for 27. That was innings, basically. Andy McBride got 73 not. Mark Adair got 40. Not much else to read of. Follow on. Once you get Balbirnie and Tector, that's pretty much done. Stephen Doheny, 57. Lorcan Tucker, 50. Mark Adair, 44 not out. But again, just destroyed by another Blair Tickner, 5 for 76. So, couple of overs for Darryl Mitchell in there, but it's it shows you the bit of the depth in New Zealand cricket and how far Ireland's still got to go. I wish they would play more. I would just say, we're watching the day one of England, New Zealand. Only Nathan Smith is playing in that game out of the bowlers. No Zach Folkes, no Dean Foxcroft, no Blair Tickner, no Ben Sears. Bit of depth in their bowling, which is amazing. So that wrapped up pretty shortly and swiftly. We'll get to England, New Zealand, but the one-day series, the Australians went down first game to Pakistan. Slow, low, spinny tracks. 200 seems quite defendable. Game 2, Josh Inglis and Cam Green really stepped up with the bat, and we got a little shining moment of Ollie Peake. So Josh Inglis gets 51, basically opened the batting because Alex Carey got bowled first ball after dragging one from wide. Cam Green really paced it quite well. He didn't pace it well, but 53 of 92. They obviously had a score in mind. They dragged out the innings as deep as they could. Matty Renshaw was great, 43 of 43. Just got one that kind of ducked in, and he was going to try and guide it to third man. Marnus, another fail, sweep shot, out for 5, straight up in the air. But Ollie Peake, a couple of big sixes, especially off Harris Ralph's slower ball, just over extra cover. That was amazing. Got out last ball, but saw a glimpse of what talent he had. So Australia, 230 after their 50 overs, come out and just desolate poor Pakistanis. They were 6 for 78 in the chase. They did make a bit of a recovery thanks to Shadab Khan, 71, but they were pretty much out of that. That was Nathan Ellis, 4 for 33. And Matt Short, 3 for 36. But you saw the blueprint of how the Aussies had to win in this game, especially if they were going to bat first. So the series is tied 1-1. We go to game 3. Pakistan demolished us again. So bit of a lineup change. No Tanveer Sangha. No Billy Stanley. And then we have Cooper Connolly coming back in. Nathan Ellis, Adam Zampa, Matt Kuhneman. Really just, kind of bits and bobs bowlers. But Alex Carey didn't open. He came to 4. I think he should have been a little bit lower, but at least they're listening. So Matt Short opened with Josh Inglis. Matt Short's now out for a second ball. Josh Inglis led the way with 65. Marnus got run out by a dodgy call by Inglis for 19. He looked distraught. Alex Carey came and went for 19, and then just nothing in that middle order. 7 from Cam Green, chipping it to mid-wicket. Matty Renshaw gone for 4. Cooper Connolly, 3. Ollie Peake, 7. So we were done like a dog's dinner there. We were done for 157 in 42 overs. And then Pakistan didn't chase it down easily. They got their 6 down. But they never really seemed in strife. They were At times they just lost wickets at the wrong time, but either way, they got there quite comfortably. And yeah, it just shows you, hey, like a couple of things. Slow, low tracks that spin, we don't really have enough of a game plan for it. You could see the fact that Arafat Minas came into the series as a debutant, left arm spin, bit of an all-rounder. Took 5 in the first game, and we played him in the next 2 games like he was Shane Warne. So, didn't really take the attack to him. Josh Inglis did a little bit, but no one else did. It was very much the wrong game plan, I think. The batting lineup wasn't perfect, but at least they showed some initiative to change it. But I still think Alex Carey should have been 5, Cam Green 6, Matty Renshaw 4. But either way, we got outplayed, outclassed, and it's just 150 is not very defendable in a T20 game, let alone a 50-over game. So, good practice for some of these guys, good exposure, just not enough grit, determination, game plan awareness. So would definitely say working against spin is always Australia's problem, always South Africa's, always England's. The subcontinent's not where we shine. So we lost that series 2-1. Our next assignment is in Bangladesh. Let's hope we can get Mitch Marsh, Travis Head, and a few others back in the squad for that, so we can turn around our one-day form. But the Test match, this is what we live for. This is definitely what I stayed up all night watching, not the third game of Pakistan-Australia. England-New Zealand. Emiliano, as they like to call him, definitely debuting. Came down to Sonny Baker and Shoaib Bashir in that last spot, and I'm sure after day one was done, I bet England wish they had Sonny Baker. But Shoaib Bashir gets the nod, and Glenn Phillips also is in the side after a bit of talk of Mitch Santner potentially taking his place after Dean Foxcroft got replaced by Mitch Santner. So team makeup was pretty much what we thought it was going to be for both teams. So for England, it was Emilio Gay, Ben Duckett, Jacob Bethel, Joe Root, Harry Brooks, Jamie Smith at 6, Ben Stokes at 7. Bingo. Fucking got that right. Gus Atkinson, Ollie Robinson, Josh Tongue, Shoaib Bashir. And New Zealand was Latham, Conway, Williamson, Ravindra, Mitchell Blundell, Phillips, Smith, Jameson, Henry. Poor bastard did his back 4 overs in. And Will O'Rourke. It's pretty much what we thought it was going to be. And you could see early that this is a classic Lord's pitch. Home of cricket needs some work on its pitch. Sorry to say, it was a bit shit. First ball, Matt Henry's about high 130s. He's warming up, and the thing just dribbles along the floor. Not a good start, especially after the World Test Championship final where Australia played South Africa and there wasn't much carry in the pitch to the point where Steve Smith is standing about 10 metres away at second slip and breaks his finger trying to get a catch to carry. So, that was definitely sad to see. After about 12 overs, though, that ball ragged around. It was it was a menacing wicket. It was, we talk shit about India when they have ragging spinners, dusty bowls, and now we have England just seaming all over the place. It was seaming left, right, meters to the side. It was not. I mean, hey, look, I'm all for getting the bowlers a bit of energy in the wicket, but that was next level. I thought straight away, regardless of your defensive technique, you've got one with your name on it, and that's where I thought, what's England going to do? Because Bazball is perfect for this deck. And are they going to go in the shell? Exactly how the media wants them to play. Some of their fans after Australia, or are they going to Bazball it? And look, with a bit of luck, they certain players Bazballed it and had some results. So you could see straight away the players with the most intent were at least going to get a few runs before the ball got them. So England ended up 140, which seemed well below par. We were very much interrupted by rain, but Harry Brook top scored with 56. Did get dropped on 8 and 46, and that drop it by Conway at point or backward point on 8 is definitely, that extra 48 runs is going to potentially wreak havoc on New Zealand, who were 6 for 61 in reply. But if we go through the day, it starts with Emilio Gay taking this second over facing Kyle Jamieson. Kyle Jamieson, very loose. bowls a floaty half volley. No, not even half volley. Full toss outside off. Emilio Gay just punches it for four. That's the perfect way to start your Test career. I'm sure he was nervous. No nerves after that. Played a lovely on drive and then got a pretty unplayable one. Ball. That was the first sign of the ball starting to move off the deck. Edged it to slip. Again, when you're the first out, it's hard. You've probably been ultra critical of certain things. I should have gone forward. I shouldn't have gone back. But as the rest of the wicket started falling, I think he would have felt a bit better about himself. Because Ben Duckett got one that seemed back a metre. He got LBW for 19. Jacob Bethel played all around one. Could have been caught at first slip, instead was LBW. Joe Root was interesting. He seemed to follow the ball as it was seaming. He seemed to move his bat and collect the edge. Very un-Joe Root-like. The best players in the world just hold the line, and he seemed to follow it, which is a bit different for him. So he's probably the only dismissal where it was a bit intriguing that the ball, it did enough, but he followed it. As I said, Harry Brook got 56, but it did get dropped on 8. Jamie Smith left one that cannoned into off peg. Didn't just clip it, cannoned into it. Though as he found out later, he wasn't the only one that was going to shoulder arms today. Ben Stokes, 12, just edged a pretty straightforward one. Gus Atkinson, LBW to Kyle Jamieson, reviewed it thanks to Harry Brook. Harry Brook is not going to make a good umpire. That was also cannoning into middle of middle. Ollie Robinson came and went, and off a very weird set of reviews. I thought it was way too late to review it, but hey, Harry Brook hooked himself out to fine leg, and then Shal Bashir and Josh Tongue added a very handy 22 for the 10th wicket partnership to get them to 140. But that pitch was probably a bit too in favour of the bowlers. Again, if it was India, we'd all be saying, it's just too much turn, it's unplayable, what the fuck are you doing? This is also pretty unplayable when these balls are seaming around like that, especially the scramble seam, the wobble seam, whatever you want to call it. That's the bowlers don't know what it's doing. It's the batsman's definitely got no clue, and then for it to seam a metre, you'd be unlucky to edge it. But when they got the line right and it was the fuller part of a good length, looked unplayable. So Kyle Jamieson and Matt Henry went from very comfortable to how do I get a run? It was good to see. It was decision time when England were 5 for 55. So I thought Harry Brook took the right initiative by playing aggressively and getting the runs before they got him. So, did get lucky, but also, ran down the wicket, played his way, and as I said, the players with the most intent looked the best. So Ben Duckett and Harry Brook. So that was a bit of a game plan, I reckon, moving forward for England, especially on these types of pitches. In Australia, they were reckless. Today didn't seem reckless. So ticking the right box there for them. And I did like the fact that Jamie Smith was at 6 and Ben Stokes. We talked about that before, but we'd definitely, the results didn't pay off today for either of them, but I think the thinking's correct there. So you know what I think on it. It's I'm slightly biased to agreeing with that one. Where we come in is England wanted to bowl first, so they got sent in. The decision of Shal Bashir is interesting to me because we didn't know it was going to seam around this much, and maybe it doesn't day 2 onwards. But there wasn't a lot of sun to exactly flatten it out. So even if you wanted to bowl first, you were going to technically be you're going to be batting last on it, not bowling last. So I don't think the need for spin was exactly thought out for there. And it just seems like they were giving him a game for confidence sake. So I don't know. I would disagree. I would have had Sonny Baker or Matt Fisher. They're your options in the squad at least. As I said, I reckon they would have seen 6 overs, 12 overs of the game and then said, holy shit, we probably want the extra pace of Sonny Baker. So big positive though as well as for England is Matt Henry, as I said, 4 overs and then back spasms. So Kyle Jamieson, Nathan Smith and Will O'Rourke all did the damage. Kyle Jamieson 5 for 62 or 14, bowled some rubbish, bowled some unplayable balls. Looks like a guy that's just trying to find his feet still. Will O'Rourke is super impressive, and Nathan Smith is a guy that last time I saw him, New Zealand West Indies series, didn't love the look of him, but this time, yeah, he looks much improved against England and against Ireland. So really good to see the improvement there. But as I said, New Zealand then came out to face the music, and shit, did they face it? They were 3 for 2 at the end of 2 overs. Ollie Robinson getting 3 wickets in the over. Then 4 for 12, 5 for 20, 6 for 29. Carnage. Ollie Robinson, Chief Destroyer, 4 for 10. Josh Tongue looked good. Didn't get helped by his bowling brigade. First ball he bowls. Daryl Mitchell just pushes one to short mid off, and Gus Atkinson throws it over Jamie Smith's head, so Daryl can run away, get a single, and then Tom Blundell edges 1 for 4. So didn't get helped at all by his teammates there, but I thought he bowled really well. Gus Atkinson didn't look great. Yeah, he got 4 overs, 1 for 8, but the eye test is saying that it was more the conditions helping him than what he was doing. It seems just he was putting the ball there. So, I think Josh Tongue should be invested in a bit more with the new ball at this stage. And Ben Stokes seemed to be the one that was copping it. None for 18 off 3.2 overs. So, 3.2 because we got taken off for bad light. But, that's what I'm saying. I don't think it's your defensive technique in this game. I think it's just you've got one with your name on it. Kane Williamson, one of the better techniques in the world. So does Tom Latham. So does Tom Blundell. Kane Williamson lasted 2 balls. Tom Latham lasted 21. And Blundell lasted 21. So difference is Tom Blundell just missed a straight one. His ball didn't look like he did much other than just play the wrong line. But Daryl Mitchell was the other one that shouldered arms. Ball cannoned into middle or off and middle. He had the most intent that we saw. He was walking at bowlers, and again, he's got the second top score so far with 12. Glenn Phillips is the other one with a bit of intent. He's 31 off 34. So, overnight, Glenn Phillips and Nathan Smith, I think they've got their blueprint set out in front of them. Yes, they're 79 in arrears, but I think if Glenn Phillips gets going, and this is where his selection comes in, is I think Mitch Santner would have been a bit tentative and pokey. And again, I reckon Mitch Santner would already be in the shed. So the selection of Glenn Phillips definitely the positive option, and especially on this pitch. Interesting though, if Matt Henry can't bowl, hopefully he can bat, but if he can't bowl, does Daryl Mitchell get a few more overs? Does Glenn Phillips and Ravindra take a bit of a spell on it? Being down to seam is not great, but England's also not one that's just going to soak up the pressure either. So plenty to take away from day one. But if we're going to do some serious predictions, I would say, scoreline, people are saying it's going to be 3-0 England. I think New Zealand's too good for 3-0. I think people are sleeping on them. I think this is a bit of a feeling out game. See what you can throw against the wall and what sticks. Hopefully we don't have all 3 games with these kind of pitches. I think Kane Williamson, this probably is going to be his last hole. He'll be super motivated to go out, with 100 for himself and a win for the team. Daryl Mitchell and Tom Blundell just demolished England last time they were here. And that they also lost 3-0 that time. But, they were the leading run scorers with 324 runs between them. So, they're definitely the 2 big wickets that England would be wanting. So they'll be happy there in the shed. But for the series, I'm going to say it's going to be England 2-1. Or 1-1 if the weather doesn't give us anything. But, I think New Zealand will steal a game. And I think it all comes down to the first hour tomorrow if this is the game they steal. Because if they're bundled out in the first hour tomorrow, they're pretty behind in this game. But if Glenn Phillips and Nathan Smith and then Kyle Jamieson can put on 100 or so, they're well and truly ahead, I reckon. So, it comes down to the first hour on the morning of day 2. And then what can England do to counter-punch back? I reckon England, this is their home conditions. And you've got some hungry players that haven't played Test cricket for 5 months now. So, most runs for the series for each team. Look, Joe Root, Harry Brook, 2 easy options to go with. I don't want to pick easy, so I'm going to go Ben Duckett. Little Ducky's had a horrific run since the India series last year. I think he just played too much too soon. You could see the Test series switched off. He was cooked, and then he had to do the 100. So, you could see he was just probably too mentally fried to be doing this, and it just cooked his entire summer for us, winter for the Poms. But I reckon this is going to be a bounce back. So second top scored in that first innings, looked good until one jag back on him. He's my pick to be the highest run scorer if Joe Root and Harry Brook aren't. And for New Zealand, thought about it long and hard, but how do you go past Daryl Mitchell? Scored the runs last time, got the most intent on this team, apart from Glenn Phillips. And yeah, it's just batting at 5. Hopefully the balls stop moving as much when he gets out there. So that's a bit of a smarter pick, I think. But look, as I said, Kane Williams last time here, yes, he only averages 28 in England, but if there's ever a time for him to be piling on the runs, this is it, though. A second ball duck does not get him off to a great start. Most wickets, look, for England, I think it's going to be hard to kind of go past Ollie Robinson or Josh Tongue. I'll pick Josh Tongue. Love what he's made up, love his attributes, height, speed. Just needs the accuracy and the backing now, especially from his fielders. And for New Zealand, I know Carl Jamieson took 5, but love Will O'Rourke, love Nathan Smith, having just seen his massive improvement. I think we will go Will O'Rourke. He's just got all the attributes, much like Josh Tongue. So they're my picks for most wickets for each team, most runs for each team, and scoreline. But yeah, we're looking forward to day 2. Big thing for me is just going to be Jacob Bethel in the second innings. Averages 8 in the first innings and 82 in the second. So yeah, if he's going to shine, that's where he shines. Emilio Gay's now got that first innings off the board. The nerves are gone. He's now taken a catch. He's in the series. Does he settle down a lot more? Again, he looked great in his 8 or 14, but yeah, just copped a good one. So yeah, hopefully he's not disheartened at all and just dives back into that second innings ready to make a name for himself. As I said, we know what Joe Root and Harry Brook are like, but Jamie Smith will probably be feeling it a little bit. Batting 3 for Surrey all year at the first half of the county championship. Looks like a guy that's taking the responsibility head on and shouldering arms to one that cannoned back into off stump. Not the greatest look. He looked distraught, but we just got to, he's just got to move past that, play his way. If you get one that drags back half a metre, so be it. And for New Zealand, as I said, it's Rachin Ravindra's first time here as a pretty major figure that would have been scouted by England. So can he did get a first baller, and his didn't look as much jag as some of the others, but yeah, umpire's call there. They did get the bit of the rough of it, New Zealand. 2 umpires' calls for Devon Conway and Rachin Ravindra. Devon Conway got one that fucking moved a mile, but don't blame him for missing that one. But yeah, my series will be down to Daryl Mitchell and second will be Ravindra. They've got the big responsibility, though if Glenn Phillips keeps playing the way he's playing, he looked amazing. Obviously the IPL, even though he sat on the bench, did wonders for him. So huge improvement there. He didn't look really at trouble at all compared to all the other batters. So I think that intent, that mindset. Again, I think if you can, on pitches like this, you can get like, I've got to battle it out. I think sometimes that Bazball way, that intent is the most helpful thing because you can be like, look, I'm going to get out at some point. I might as well see the ball I like, I'll punch it away. So yeah, I think that's the mindset. And the bowlers is just put the ball on a length and make it hell for the batsman if the pitch is going to do this much. So it's rag and a mile. Let's hope the sun comes out. There's no interruptions and the pitch flattens out. Big takeaways from this entire pod, honestly, is just for Australia. You can see you're missing Steve Smith right now. He's going to leave a big hole in that one-day team. He can play on any pitch. He could score in a bunch of different ways. We've seen it for a while. We knew it was going to happen, but yeah, that Pakistan series just rammed it home that without Steve Smith, there's not a lot there game to game. So Josh Inglis had a great series. Matt Renshaw had a great series. Other than that, can't really say anyone else had a great series with the bat and with the ball. Matt Kuhneman was awesome. But again, when you're missing, even though it's Pakistan, this may not have been so much for the fast bowlers, but Zampa wasn't great, and there wasn't much behind him. Tanveer Sangha wasn't great. Probably could have used a Todd Murphy or, we've got Swepo. He's probably not as good on this, but having the part-timers that were taking wickets like that, you could see having Travis Head even would have been quite handy, Bo Webster, but yep, you get the point. So, that one-day team's definitely in need of Steve Smith, or a player like Steve Smith. So Mitch Marsh, Travis Head, definitely help sort some of those issues at the top, because then Josh can bat 3 and we can figure the rest out from there. But yeah, if we're looking at England, New Zealand, I can't say they're missing too many players. Obviously, England's missing Jofra Archer. They've dropped Zach Crawley and Ollie Pope. Bryden Cast is injured. But yeah, I think the Shoaib Bashir selection is quite interesting. So we'll see how that plays out. But I think if England lose this match, that's a selection point that'll be talked about the most, because once we got, as I said, 12 overs in, the ball ragging around off the seam, you're probably wondering, shit, we should have gone for Sonny. But you've got Ben Stokes, you've got 4 frontliners. It's not a bad option to have a proper spinner, even though Joe Root and Jacob Bethel can probably do that job. So interesting, but we're not selectors. We just watch and enjoy. So let's try not have too many interruptions on day 2, and hopefully the game still is going on day 3, day 4. But the pace it's moving at so far, pretty unlikely to make it out of day 3, I reckon. So we'll be back depending on the rain in England, depending on the score, how quick the game moves. We'll be back. We'll play it by ear at the moment. May not do a daily review every day, especially if the day's only got 12 overs and it gets rained out. But sorry, England fans. But we'll be back, certainly at the end of this game. So thanks for listening. Thanks for being with us. Until next time.